There are car clubs, and then there are car clubs. Today, we're joining HypraLusso, an invite-only event for owners of the finest hypercars in the United Kingdom. The requirements are so strict that even my inbound Ferrari SF90 XX wouldn't cut the mustard. So today, we're taking the Zenvo TSR-S, the Danish hypercar so rare that it is literally the only one of its kind in the entire country. Stay tuned to find out all the cars joining and see the phenomenal sight of these cars on the road together. Hi guys, I'm Shmi, hello and welcome back to the channel. Let's take the Zenvo to HypraLusso. Safe to say that this Shmi-mobile has joined some pretty epic events. In fact, when I took delivery of it, after collecting the car, pulling the covers back at the factory in Præstø in Denmark, we took it immediately, just over 2.5 years ago, to Supercar Owners Circle in Croatia, chasing the one-off Bugatti La Voiture Noire, in fact, on some of the mountain roads. Since then, we've taken it to Gumball 3000, drove the start line in Edinburgh, had a lot of fun with flames down the M1 on our way towards London, and even about 6 months ago, we took it to the south of Italy, to Puglia, to join SOC there as well. Some fun having drag races out on the runway. But today, we're on home turf. We're taking the Zenvo TSR-S over to HypraLusso. They've invited me to a number of their previous events. I've always seen the content but never been able to make it, and today we're going to be part of this one with literally the only one of these that's going to be going. So I need to get it unplugged, get it started, and get ready to take this over. I'm not going to lie, I have always appreciated that for the C-Tech charger on this, it's literally just here on the side. Get this unplugged, tucked away neatly for the moment, and then we will get this started and ready to take it out. Now, the last time I got this key out, which is Thor's hammer if you're not familiar with it, was about 4 months ago. The weather in the United Kingdom has been awful over the entirety of winter, but it's thankfully a nice sunny day. It is exactly what we need to drive a car like this. So let's hope it's not going to give us any trouble. Let's hope we can get this started and get things moving. There have been some major updates. After SOC, it went for a big service. It went for quite a few upgrades. It's one of the things I love about working with Zenvo with a car like this is that they upgrade it each time it goes back. So we need to make sure we're in neutral with the selector in the center and press the magic button, and let's get the V8 fired up. Oh yeah, right. Zenvo's ready for action. I'm not gonna lie, this thing is a wild experience. Every single time it comes out, it is like, what on earth am I driving? Well, we've got a little bit of gentle cruise on the motorway to get things started. We'll ease back into driving the Zenvo. We're in IQ mode, road gearbox, but today's, I want to say, structure is that we're heading about an hour to Girardo Co. Now, I've never been to visit Girardo Co. Oh, that's G63 right there. After Girardo, we'll have a convoy with all of the hypercars that are in attendance today. Then we're going to be going to a rather nice stop for some lunch a little bit later on with everything together. So we're a little bit behind schedule because, well, I got to confess, I had about 4 hours sleep last night, so we haven't exactly had the earliest of starts. But HypraLusso began, I want to say, about 2 years ago. The guys have put together some extraordinary gatherings of cars. I'm really quite excited to see what's going to be there today. I know that some of my friends are going to be there, plenty of cars that you'll probably recognize as well, but for now, the day gets started with the gentle warm-up cruise in the sunshine on the motorway in the Zenvo to Girardo. Double G-Wagons up there. That's funny, one chasing another. Completely random, Hurricane Evo Spider just cruised by. I mean, it's early on a weekend morning. Oh, he's off. He's not hanging back. To address the elephant in the room for a moment, I know the channel has been very quiet recently. We've been uploading plenty on the behind the scenes channel at the Shmuseum, including some recent travel. But basically the Shmi 150 channel has been kind of on pause, mostly due to the lack of the arrivals of the new Ferraris. I hedged my bets, and all of the plans and trips that I had in the works on the SF90 XX and 12 Cilindri, both have been delayed. I don't know any more that I haven't yet shared with you guys. Keep in tune with the Shmuseum channel if you want the latest updates, but hopefully we're going to be seeing more of those very, very, very soon. But at this point we haven't. So wintertime, there's not been quite so much going on, right? We don't normally have days like this here in England at this time of year, but it's finally time that the season is beginning. The car events are getting started. I've got some big trips and big plans, and this channel is going to be more your proper car videos, right? The properly more planned out content, leaving the museum to be behind the scenes when we just turn on a camera and let it roll. So I'm hoping it's going to be an uneventful cruise from here, but let's see what the road has in store for us before we get to all of the arrivals and the lineup of hypercars. You'll have to believe me that up there is a silver Ferrari F8 Tributo with the number plate 80, just 2 characters. This is some kind of supercar day because we just had an Artura Spider going the other way. Before that was a new Vanquish going the other way, a white one. Before that, we also had the F8 come past again. So the one that went past us, I don't know, it wouldn't have had long enough to go to his services, so it must have just pulled off and then pulled back on again. Anyway, there are lots of nice cars out today. We're not even at the event yet. This is a beautiful day to be starting to open up the taps on the Zenvo a little bit. Obviously, we're going to have a little bit more fun with the Convoy coming up, and in fact we're going to go to a fuel station first, because a little bit of advice: if you're joining a convoy like this, you don't want to have to stop during the run, so it's much better to go and get a full tank first. What a day for it. This could not be better right now. This is amazing. How funny is this? Because at the front there is the aforementioned F8. You see, it does exist with a pretty amazing number plate. That's worth more than the car. Anyway, I need to find a pump that we can actually pull up to. Let's see where we're going to go. Maybe after this white van. Yeah, it's completely full right now. We'll go in here in a moment. Lovely. Looks good in silver, actually. Okay, that's not a standard exhaust, I've just realized. There's a lot more turbo whistle from that than normal. Anyway, let's fill this up, get ready to go. I mean, maybe that's going where we're going. Nice. Well, we've got a full tank now. There we go. Always just in a car like this, because it's so bespoke and hand-built, you need to take a moment to take it in, make sure you know what's going on with everything. Now, a second ago, my friend Arash drove past in a 918, and I suspect that's because he is at the venue that we are heading to. It's funny, it's such a different drive with the new clutch setup that this now has. But last mile or so, and then we will be at the event. And there's a Senna pulling up. Nice. This is my kind of morning. I'm actually glad that we're not then that late if other cars are arriving at the same time. So the last bit of lane, people out here waiting, unsurprisingly. Let's go into race gearbox. Wow. Aggressive. All right, so in we roll. Oh, I like that. Security on the gate. How you doing? How's it going?
How are you?
Good, thank you very much. Beautiful day. So I tell you what, where we are right now, where we're going, farm that's been built into an amazing car showroom by Max Girardo and his team. Really cool setup. And first time coming, like I say, I've never been, but I have actually looked at it on Google Maps, a little bit of envy as to how cool it is as a location. So down the farm track road, and in we'll go. HypraLusso, Girardo Co. Can't really miss that sign, can you? Oh, there we go, nice smooth road. Through the gate, down towards where the people are waiting. What a lovely entrance. I'm just waiting until the moment we see a sea of hypercars. Through we roll. Good morning, how's it going?
Good morning, how are you?
Very good, thank you.
Good to see you again. We're going to park you on the left hand side.
Yep.
So if we go round to the right and then reverse backwards.
Got it, thank you.
Thank you.
We'll squeeze in. Look, there's another SF90XX. Maybe I could have got away with it. Or maybe that's why it was bring the Zenvo, because there's another one lined up here. Oh, look at that. It's had a Centenario and a Vala. Oh, and a short wheelbase. And a Hypra and an Enzo. Life is good. Okay, where am I going? Backwards. Let's hope I can get guided nicely. Trust them, right, lift system down, because otherwise it looks a bit silly. Ah, Mr. Scoot. Right, let's go, say hello and have a look at some of the cars here. This is gonna be fun. There's an XJ220 that's just come in as well. We'll head over there in a moment, but we have to take a look at this lineup, because the cars here today are quite spectacular. We start with the SF90XX. This was one of the first to be delivered. The owner of this car actually drives it quite a lot. Of course, we are counting down the days. It is not going to be long until mine has touched down, but I love the look of this. Bright and bold. I think the XX specs are going to be so interesting when we start to see more of them on the roads. This is Arash's Martini 918. I went actually to visit Arash quite recently. He's had this from new. It's an interesting spec because it's a Weissach package car, but with some of the normally carbon parts painted, which is quite unusual. The F8 has snuck in here as well, but next to it is a car that I've always had a soft spot for, the Aston Martin 177. I mean, one of 77 of Aston's Hyper GT. It was kind of with these that my channel actually really began, and an obsession for them and keeping tabs on all of the cars back in the day. I've also always loved these, the 599 SA Aperta, the open top, slightly softer version of the 599 GTO, of which there are only, on paper at least, 80 cars. And when it comes to all of these things, make sure to check out ECR, our platform exclusive car registry, to find out a little bit more about all of the different cars and the different specs and details. I do have one of those in my dream garage. Bugatti Veyron Grand Sport, one of the open top original versions. We've then got a fairly amazing pair actually, F12 TDF, one of 799 in the beautiful Giallo Triplo Strato, a colour I've spoken about so many times in the past. One day. Next to it, we have the 812 Competizione, one of 999 of the coupes. Of course, you also have the Apertas, the convertibles, or Targa panelled, soft top, not soft top, hard tops, whatever you want to call them. Again, lovely specification. Oh, wow. I think that might be one of the first customer T50s that I've come across. But of course, Gordon Murray, taking his learnings from the legendary F1, 106 of these, the 3-seat central seating position with one of the best sounding V12s you have ever heard. And we will, of course, try and catch that on the road a little bit later, so don't go anywhere. Now, this is a car I can't believe I'm actually seeing for the very first time, because there's quite a story behind it. So the reason I had my LT Coupe and my Senna in MSO cerulean blue was because of the first owner of this car, who also had a P1 in the exact same colour. Yes, this is a 918 Spider in cerulean blue. Now, his P1 I came across when I had my wrapped 12C and decided on that day I would order future cars in that colour. But this is the 918, and it's the first time I've ever seen it. Lovely matching piping inside, stunning example. We've then got a few more Ferraris. First up, Daytona SP3, actually with its fairly unusual roof soft top contraption in place. Obviously you can pop that off, have it fully open, naturally aspirated 6.5 litre V12. Good times. LaFerrari. And not just any LaFerrari, one of the 499 coupes, but come and take a closer look, because the exposed carbon roof, which is one of only 50 to have in the first place, is tinted dark red. In fact, not just that, but the mirrors, the front splitter as well. That is a particularly magnificent example of it. Koenigsegg Regera, one of the 80 of Koenigsegg's direct drive mega car. Obviously we're beyond Hypercar at this level. Another of the 812 Competiziones. I think we might go and have a little nosy in there in a moment. You're probably seeing what I'm seeing. Before we do though, check out that. Lexus LFA in a bonkers colour scheme. In fact, to have ordered this in the green over the red Alcantara, what a brave specification, but I'm all for it. There are only a couple in this colour. Again, check ECR to see exactly how many. But I did film one in Miami a couple of years ago in the same shade. Enzo, is that Rosso Scuderia? I think that is Rosso Scuderia on that Enzo, slightly lighter than the regular Rosso Corsa. Huayra Roadster. I mean, we just go on here. That was one of 399. This is one of 100 odd come past. What do we have? Koenigsegg CCX. Obviously getting busy over here. We've got CCX, we've got another Senna, another Bugatti Veyron. We're going to come to these in just a moment, but tucked in back there, it's probably the star of the show if that's been driven over. Absolutely beautiful Aston Martin Valor. Love the Valor, one of 110. Love to get back behind the wheel of one, hopefully before too long. And then, a very unusual car, the Lamborghini LP770-4 Centenario, the one of 20 coupes that Lamborghini made of these, of course based on the Aventador, but the Centenario being the 100th birthday, or what would have been the 100th birthday, of Ferruccio Lamborghini himself. And just really cool. I remember the first time I ever drove one was in Manhattan, of all places, in central New York City. Not a bad turnout this, and soon we're going to set off for a bit of a drive together. I'm all for it. This is getting even more ridiculous. T50 F40. Is that another T50 at the back? It is indeed. This is absolutely bonkers. 3 T50s today. Kind of running out of parking spaces here. Obviously everybody hanging around. This is the DK purple car. This is lovely. Oh, look, the dog's along for the ride. Just listen to that, the whine of it. Unreal. And then the F40's coming in next. Absolutely. What? This is crazy. Have there been better hypercar gatherings than what we're looking at right now? That is a particularly good sounding F40. Look at the exhaust tips just shaking back there, burbling away, being maneuvered into situ. Try and keep out the way here. That color is cool as well, isn't it? Double T50s, not normal. None of this is normal. This is probably the best hypercar gathering in the UK of all time. Can I say that at this stage? I don't know. We're getting that way, aren't we? This is absolutely bonkers. Totally silly. Well, have a look here. F1, can you get better? I mean, yes, you probably can when you start taking everything in. 250 SWB. In fact, some of these cars were at Retromobile that I went to visit in France very recently. Is that a 375 plus? Yes. The 488 GT3. This is, I mean, very few words for this. Of course, the modern hypercars are mainly my domain. 340 Mexico Spider. The only one built, and it's right here at the moment. Totally breathtaking to take all of that in. I hadn't actually seen that pull in. 812 Competizione A, the Aperta, the one of 599 car. And of course, this is in a beautiful blue paintwork with the offset stripe, which is a very unusual choice and configuration, but it looks good, doesn't it? XJ220 right here, but while we're here, we need to come and take a look this way. Small distraction, because I can hear a Koenigsegg coming, so we're coming back, and maybe even more than one Koenigsegg. Let's see what comes around the corner. They come in threes. We have the Agera. This is the Agera N. Tommy from Super Vettura driving it with the crazy wrap design on it. And then after that, two Regeras. Three here in total, which is, again, I mean, how often would you have three Regeras, three T50s, and goodness knows what else, all at the one event? This is not normal stuff. Just wondering, oh, a GT Black Series is coming in through at the back as well, AMG GT Black Series. Unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable. This is the barn, even more cars here. Firstly, F512M, the last of the Testarossa, and then the 512 TR, and then those. And the more I look back at the 80s and 90s cars, the more they're kind of appealing. 575 Super America, so obviously this has the glass roof panel that folds over. Then inside, come and have a little nosy. This is a really cool setup. I tell you what, as garages, man caves go. That's nice. Oh, there's a GTX1 here, sandwiched in a couple of rally cars. Even like a TVR next to a California T and an SLS. And then what else? Come through this way. I mean, 550 Barchetta, just over there. Those are also really undervalued. Only 449, limited edition manual V12 Ferrari. 308 GT4 race car. I mean, Dinos as well. Dinos have shot up. These are what, 400,000, something like that now? Original Dinos, I even just walked past the 550 Pro Drive. And again, I mean, look over here, look at this. The different race cars, the Williams car over there. It's a special place. Yeah, it's a really special place. Well, we've got the sounds of one of the classic Ferraris over there. This, by the way, is the GTO Engineering short wheelbase. So modern recreation, you could call it. I tell you what though, wouldn't mind a drive or a run out to enjoy this. Must be utterly spectacular. All the looks of the 60s, but with more modern running gear. Then obviously just goes on and on. We should come and take a look at, or take a listen maybe I should say, at what's happening over here. Max obviously fired this up. So this is being started potentially to pull the F1 out. Let's see what's about to happen. Something about the sound of a proper classic like that. When it emerges into the sunshine. Phenomenal. Phenomenal. Not every day you get to see an F1 GTR Longtail in the sunshine. Wow, well that's silenced, but it doesn't exactly sound it, does it? Sorry for the microphone, that probably blew out. Parabolica livery then. This car used to be in the Fina livery, I've actually seen it before. The colours here actually with the LFA and the Enzo and the other Ferraris. Unreal that Girardo are treating us all to this today. I was about to say we're going to be trolled, it's not going to be an electric start, and it was. So, it's about to be time for this to begin. Other Regera has started. I think the SA Aperta is going to be leading the run, which I love. I'm fortunately not blocking anyone, so I can kind of hover where I am, let some of the cars go, and then jump into the convoy. We'll just have to figure out who we're going to be following, where we'll get into this. Max Girardo in the Aperta, taking pole position. Right, so we might not see that again until lunch, because that's going to be out of here. Then everyone else is going to kind of roll out in some kind of order, and we'll see how this goes. We've got the cold start of the XX. It's a real grumble. That sounds so much more aggressive than the standard car. Also twin turbo V8, but a very different one. Oh, everything's going. That's going to be my cue in a second to run. Love that the Centenario is driving with us. That's cool. And the Vala, manual gearbox, 5.2 twin turbo V12. Whole mix of cars and engines here. Veyron, the 1001 horsepower original quad turbo 8 litre W16. Senna, 4 litre twin turbo V8, 7-speed DCT, 800 horsepower. CCX, rocking the OG Koenigsegg V8. Is that one a manual? I'm not really sure. Obviously V12. I'm not going to try and call everything. At some point we should try and join the line of cars, I think. Zach's Garage, former Koenigsegg Regera. Yeah, I don't know where we're going, what we're doing, what the plan is, but we'll roll with it. God, that has a grumble. Off goes Tommy. Oh, I love the SP3. I think I love the LaFerrari even more though. Wonderful. Is this going to be my cue to go get in the car? We're going to be playing a bit of catch up here. It's quite funny how everybody's driving round in a loop. Oh, the T50 noise. The wail. Sounds so good. That's cool. Right, okay, let's head through here. I hear an 812 and what's yours? Nice, right, let me come climbing here. We've got to play a little bit of catch up here. Lots of the cars have already gone. I think these guys in front of us are about to go. So, got a little bit trapped at the moment. I suspect, oh good, the iPad's turning on. This wasn't turning on earlier, I think it just didn't have enough charge. I'm going to wait for the Regera, because I don't fancy trying to squeeze through there. I think we'll catch up on the road down the hill. Right, Regera has started. Is the LFA coming? I don't know, we'll just follow a Regera, it could be worse, right? This is utterly bonkers. Bonkers is the word of the day, because how often do you have a convoy parade of cars like this? Tell you what, oh, nice little pop there. The clips for the folks who... That sounded mad. The clips for the guys who are standing at the end of the road, they are going to be getting some amazing shots of all of this. I think they are making it possible for us all to just go out. Lift system needed. Thank you. Lift system down. Wow. Feels like being on a proper rally or something right now. What a group of cars. Right, let's catch up with everybody and have an hour on the road driving in convoy. Oh, the sound of those superchargers. And look at this, everywhere up in front of us right now, it's just a line of hypercars as we ride over. Look at that view! The T50's off in the gully. I'm gonna go into race gearbox, get a little bit more of a kick from it. Roads open up. What could beat a sunny day in spring with these cars. I love the dedication to get the shots here. There's a reason that this is so exclusive. Keeping the cars like this, making it possible to visit a venue like Girardo, and now where we're heading to lunch as well, exploring the English countryside in a bit of a traffic jam. I honestly don't know what you would think if you just were out for a walk and this line of cars goes past you. I don't even know if you'd realise how, let's say, one-off this actually is, because this many hypercars driving together, even here in the UK where things do happen quite often. I mean, what are we, 30 hypercars here? Like that's not normal. Like actually being driven, that's not normal. And the variety of cars, not just like a ton of Paganis or a ton of Koenigsegg's, like a complete mix, other than 3 Regiras, 3 T50s, but still, we'll allow it. Oh, I don't know if you heard that, the noise. That must have been T50. Oh look, random Hurricane. A random Hurricane just drove past, who's now in the convoy. I bet he follows just because he's kind of like, what? No way. GT40. Ha, cool. Holman Mooney livery. And what's next to it? I can't even see from where I am. That's cool. Little classic car run. What an incredible day. Couldn't ask for it to be better. Okay, national speed limit. Hold on to your horses, because I was going to say it's going to get crazy, but not hugely crazy. Woo-hoo-hoo! Wow, that was a flame and a half. We've pulled over at the side of the road here for that 177. Madness, the Hypra coming next. The turbo sound, Enzo. V12 glory. Up next, the Regira. Sound of thunder. I love this, seeing the cars coming. Look at this, look at this. It's what we're here for. Wait for it. Oh my days. Got the Bugatti up next. Oh wow. That's so deep. Right, what's next? Oh, the line of cars there, through the trees. Senna at the front, CCX, Comp, Regira. I'm all for this. No, meanwhile, my car's just sitting here. SP3, La Ferrari. Okay, that was the best minute ever. I'm not even joking. Listen to it. I totally nearly missed this. Ah, nearly missed it. Compay. Oh, there's the T50 918. T50. The 918 is so fast. The T50 sounds so amazing. Oh, I love that the Zafira went for it as well. Oh, and the F-Pace. That sounds nice, that V6. We've skipped ahead again, but that means more of the cars coming past. That's probably the quietest we've heard a T50 all day. They're joining the M40 here. Mr. 80 is not holding back. Gotta wait for the next group, I think. Have a few more cars and then get on the motorway with them. We've also, in the rearview mirror, got Zach's garage in his GT4RS. Or in an AGT4RS. Oh, the T50 just went on the motorway. That sounded nice. Patience here, patience. We'll see what comes. Here we go. Rigera. Enzo. This is so good. Our little shortcut worked nicely. Oh, that sounds cool. The GT4RS. Come on, we're waiting for the main group. So I think it was led by the SA Aperta. That's the group that I'm waiting for, and then we'll go and join them and get on the road. Here we go. Here's the line. Oh, I love that. F40, then T50, and then I'm going to try and squeeze out somewhere. Maybe I can... No, oh yeah, the Veyron's waving me. Okay, so as soon as the Tesla's gone, thank you. Let's go. Straight into a traffic jam? No way. You've got to be kidding me. I was like, oh, this is going to be fun. Nice flowing motorway with a Centenario in front of us. And then, yeah, the M40 had other ideas. That's gone completely wrong. It's a cool view, though. I mean, it's a very cool view. I'll take it. Look at this. I mean, T50. I don't really know why we're in so much traffic. I've got the Bugatti on my shoulder. This is utterly, I mean, the whole lot are back behind. Utterly, utterly bonkers. I'm sorry, I've said that too much. Don't play the bonkers drinking game today. The sound of this. It's actually the first brand new 25 plate car that I've seen, and it's a T50. Wow, that was cool. It sounds so ridiculous. All right, so we have basically arrived. That's going to be a fun turn. Lift system. Well, we're in. Here are all the cars. Let's make our way around. Well, that was pretty good fun. And now we're all parked up. Oh, Senna just drove past in a very Forza-esque location. Centenario, Zenvo. There's a Daytona and a Koenigsegg and some other stuff just tucked down through there as well. Couldn't really get better, could it? What an event to be invited to. The secret supercar club that is HypraLusso, going from Girardo to our lunch stop now with what, 30 of the best hypercars out there? Absolutely insane. I cannot wait for the next event. This was surreal. So thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. That's it for this time. I'll see you again very soon. Cheers.